In a statement, the opposition, People's Democratic Party (PDP), describes the withdrawal of $1 billion from the excess crude account as a violation of the president's oath of office and an illegality, and a direct affront to the country's statutory order as a democratic state. Quoting Section 80, subsection 3 and 4 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the PDP insists that the president has erred. Nigeria keeps battling insecurity despite efforts from the government to win the war. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, confirms the rise in attacks in the country, especially on religious centers, but maintains that the government is devising various strategies to bring back sanity to the land.
Barely 2 months ago, NEC hosted a security summit. The security summit was crucial in understanding and dimensioning the security problems of the country and the weaknesses of our security architecture. The summit examined issues of kidnapping, small arms trafficking, terrorist activities of Boko Haram in the northeast. We considered the problems of herdsmen and farmer clashes, cattle rustling, etc. Several initiatives were approved, and one of the things I think that bears mentioning is that it was on account of the security summit that the governors at the governors forum subsequently decided that they would vote a certain sum of money, which has become somewhat controversial, the $1 billion, to assist the security architecture of the country. Now, it was to assist all of the issues, including policing in the states, community policing, all of the different security challenges that we had. And it was at that, after the security summit that the governors forum met across party lines, again, I must add, in order to approve and to accept that this is what needed to be done to shore up our security architecture. But despite the important initiatives and decisions of NEC, little will be achieved if we do not have relevant state government agencies actively working with the federal government to implement.
Just as the military maintains it is pounding the Boko Haram hideouts, the Middle Belt states and few northern states are yet to heave a sigh of relief from deadly attacks, particularly on unsuspecting villages. Deaths are recorded daily, with helpless Nigerians wailing and grieving for lost ones and property.
My thinking is that anybody who is a member of National Assembly should be a responsible person, given the challenges that our military is facing, given the deficit that is currently in the Nigerian military. I want to believe anybody who is in position to be a National Assembly member should be able to understand the rationale or the need to buy this aircraft. However, again, like I said, I don't think the federal government actually explained why this aircraft are needed, one, at what is done. Of course, Mr. Kennedy here has talked about not following due process. Constitutionally, what the president gave, as opposed to what the Minister of Defense is, what is in advanced democracies. In fact, they use a different term for authorization and approval. Authorization means, in principle, the president has agreed for this purchase for negotiation pending approval by the National Assembly. So, honest, I think there was also a misconception or a misuse of terms. When the Minister of Defense came and said that the government has approved, the president has approved, definitely under a democracy, the president does not have the power of approval.
What else do they need the sum of $1 billion for, if not to fund the 2019 general elections in favor of the All Progressive Congress? I challenge the federal government to make available to Nigerians how the money released by international donors for the fight against Boko Haram was spent.
Any government that means well for its people its cardinal preoccupation should be about the security of its nation. Whatever we can do to ensure the safety of life and property, I think is not a sacrifice that is too much to make. Whoever is making this does not mean well to this country, because no country can excel without effective peace and security. So I am all for it. We will do more if the need arises.